Now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, here we go now on this Halloween Friday. I tell you what, your North Texas weather forecast, though, not looking too spooky as we go over the next several days. In fact, your trick-or-treat forecast this evening looks good. We'll talk about that coming up. But we do have some shower chances as we head into the first part of our weekend. We want to detail that out and also sort out the details on the rest of our weekend forecast over the next few minutes. But we've got some details here, too. In fact, this would be our finally Friday, and this looks good with a lot of bright sunshine, fairly light winds, and a daytime high right around 70. This is worth mentioning. I know most of our iPhones or iWatches, right, does this automatically, but it is the end of daylight savings time. This Saturday night, early Sunday morning at 2 a.m., we set our clocks back, so you do gain an hour of sleep. That would be good news. Also worth mentioning, check your batteries and your smoke alarm, carbon monoxide detector, and again, weather radio. Maybe the bigger deal there. Just kind of a friendly reminder. So this is where we started the morning. These were your actual morning lows across North Texas. Not quite as cold as yesterday morning, but still some 30s out there this morning, with most of us in the 40s. Pretty similar story here in the Metroplex. Most of us out the door this morning in the 40s, but check out Denton down to 35 right around sunrise. So radar locally completely quiet, but as we begin to look off to the north, in fact, we've got another cold front lining up. This is going to be inbound for tonight, but more so as we go through tomorrow, Saturday. It's not a windy front. In fact, this is a fairly weak front, but there will be an opportunity of some showers, some very, very light rain showers as we go through the day tomorrow, Saturday. And it's really thanks to, you can see this upper level storm system due north of North Texas. You can see the counterclockwise spin, but as we go through the rest of the day, as we go through tonight, even as we get into tomorrow, look at the track of that upper level storm system. Follow my finger. Again, you can see it moving due south directly there into the southern plains along with that frontal boundary. Again, one of the reasons why we have the opportunity of showers tomorrow. But I can tell you the air mass, especially at the lower levels, is very dry. So even though it's going to try and rain, try and have some showery activity, a lot of it's going to dry up before it reaches the ground. So it'll be kind of that gray passing shower, just kind of damp feeling, if you will, as we go through Saturday. We clear all of that up, though, as we get into Sunday. Sunday kind of being the pick day of the entire weekend. And then as we get into the early part of next week, look at that. That's a ridge that builds back in. So that'll be a warming trend. It'll be fairly quiet weather. And in about 7 or 8 days, the way it looks right now, that's when our next frontal boundary arrives. But outside of rain chances tomorrow, Saturday, over the next 12 days, simply put, I just don't see any meaningful rain chances showing back up in the forecast. I'll show you that as well coming up. But as we go through the day today, we're quiet. Basically, as we go through tonight, we're quiet. But by early tomorrow morning, again, even though you're seeing a lot of green showing up on future radar here, and even though radar tomorrow may look very similar, again, remember, a lot of this is not necessarily going to be reaching the ground. But again, the opportunity, you see it right there, of some scattered showers around, light scattered showers, some clouds, kind of a damp feeling. But as we get into Saturday night, as we especially get into Sunday, look at this here. We clear all of that up. And again, Sunday really being that pick day again of the entire weekend. So over the next 7 days or so, this is what I was talking about. Opportunity of rainfall. I mean, the map almost looks broke, right? Even typically when we're dry in North Texas, there's normally somewhere around the region that's kind of lighting up with an opportunity of rain. No one's lighting up. This is just a very dry forecast again over the next few days. So as we go through today, Friday, again, you can see some 60s in the north. Most of us right around 70 for a daytime high. Again, very comfortable temperatures. This would be your trick or treat. Again, from the 60s into the 50s, light winds. Again, no weather complications showing up this evening. Then overnight tonight, not quite as chilly, right? With some of the cloud cover building in, kind of acting as a blanket overnight. Some upper 40s to right around 50. So that's how we'll start our Saturday. And then as we go through Saturday with some 60s in the north, again, you can see locally in the Metroplex right around 70. But again, with the clouds moving through, a few showers around. Again, like I mentioned, kind of a cooler, damp feeling for most of us. It's only about that 20% opportunity. We turn the corner, walking you through the rest of the weekend. Here would be your Sunday. The sunshine returning, 60s, 70s. Again, Sunday, again, being that pick day of the entire weekend. Here comes the ridge building back in, though. By Monday and Tuesday, temperatures begin to rebound. May even be talking about some 80s by Tuesday. Going to keep that forecast dry into the extended.